Shavkat Rakhmonov dominated Ian Garry at UFC 310 exactly how I said he would. The only thing I got wrong was the fact that I said Shavkat would finish Ian Garry. That was not true. He did not. In fact, he was the one that was closest to being finished. But if you watch the fight again, not live when everyone's going crazy and, oh my God, what's happening? But when you watch it with a level-headed view, you'll see that Ian Garry was never that close to finishing that choke. He never had it under the chin. He only had it on the face. And Ian Garry is not Khamzat Chimaev. He's not the kind of guy that's going to break a guy like Shavkat, right? I mean, could Ian Garry break the average man's jaw with a face crank? Yeah, sure. But Shavkat Rakhmonov is not the average man. He is the next UFC welterweight champion because he will be beating Belal Muhammad when he does finally step inside that octagon with him. How did he dominate Ian Garry? Well, he dominated Ian Garry by taking away Ian Garry's two best weapons. So his best weapons were the kicks and his footwork, right? That's what Ian Garry does best, is his movement around the cage, his ability to cut angles, his ability to make you sort of follow him, and his kicks. However, Shavkat was able to close the distance and clinch with him, and that limited all of Ian Garry's movement. That takes away all the movement when you're able to either take a guy down or hold them up against the fence. And my thing to you criticizers of Mr. Shavkat Rakhmonov is, what's the difference between taking a guy down and controlling him when his back is up against the floor, right, the mat? And what's the difference of just putting him up against the fence where his back is against the cage? It's the same thing. He's being controlled. You know, Shavkat has a body lock. He has double underhooks. He has an over-under where he's lifting one of them. He's literally breaking Ian's posture, and Ian's like this. You know what I mean? Shavkat dominated that fight through methods of control. Did he land a lot of damage? Did he land a lot of crazy, oh my God, he almost rocked him. Oh, he hurt him. He hurt him. Did he do that a lot? No, he did not. But he thoroughly controlled Ian Garry, and he won the fight. And I said in the lead up to this fight that Ian Garry lacks the punching power to gain the respect of Shavkat Rakhmonov. A pressure fighter will always beat a kicker, especially a pressure fighter who can wrestle and put you up against the fence and things like that, because a kicker needs what? He needs distance. He needs space to get the kicks off. Why? Because the legs are the longest limbs. And when you have a guy who's up in your face the whole time, you can't get your kicks off. He's too close. It's called smothering the kick. And that's what Shavkat did the entire time. And I said this as well, that Ian Garry does not have the punching power to gain the respect of Shavkat Rakhmonov. And we saw that. It was Shavkat the one who was landing the punches. If you go and watch that fight and look at who landed cleaner punches, it was Shavkat Rakhmonov. And you're going to need that. That's what I want to see Ian Garry work on most. I want to see him work on his punching. He needs to really be able to sit down on his punches and get respect from these guys and do something with that, because he can't just, be throwing naked kicks all day, which is what he does. But regardless, Shavkat Rakhmonov got his hand raised just like I said he would, and that's that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, whether you agree, disagree. It does not matter. Join the discussion, follow for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you, because you are all appreciated.